In this video, I'm going to show you how I would build a digital marketing strategy if I was starting from zero. My name's Chase Kilby. Welcome to my YouTube channel. I help businesses build digital marketing strategies, and I'm making these videos to help you learn from my experiences and my learnings so that you can also build a successful marketing strategy for yourself. Now, to say I'm going to teach you how to start a digital marketing strategy from zero for every kind of business, no matter what you're doing, is a lot like saying I'm going to teach you how to fish with one kind of bait for every species of fish there is in one body of water. It's not quite realistic. There is no one-size-fits-all strategy for every business. It's highly specific to what business you're in, what industry you're in, and what markets you're in. So the way that a B2B SaaS business markets is going to be very different from the way a direct-to-consumer Fortune 500 company is marketing. And both of those are going to be even more different from the way the local restaurant down the street markets their business. Now, with that being said, there are some super basic elements to digital marketing that can help just about any business. Back to the fishing reference, you gotta know how to cast, you gotta know how to set the hook, know what tackle to have. So there are some very basic elements that I think can help you no matter what business you're in. And that's what we're going to talk about here today. So let's go ahead and jump into it. First things first, I believe every business should have a digital home base. For most businesses, this is going to be a website, but if a website isn't in the cards for your business, this can be anything from a Facebook page to a YouTube channel. Even an Instagram profile can suit some businesses' needs here. Now, I would recommend every business try and have a website. If you can have a website that's user-friendly, mobile-friendly, and it's well-designed, it can really benefit your digital footprint, and it can really impact your digital marketing strategies moving forward. Now, there are tons of options when it comes to building a website. For larger organizations, this probably involves having an internal dedicated team to do this, or outsourcing it to an external company. However, nowadays, there's so many easy drag-and-drop website builders out there. There's Wix, Squarespace, WordPress, just to name a few. All of these are tools that just about anyone can learn to use and put together a well-designed, user-friendly website. A great thing about these website builders now is that, it's 2024. Most of them have some AI features that will pretty much build the website for you. So if that's something you might be interested in, I highly recommend checking out these website builders and see what AI features they have and see just how easy it is to put together a nice website. Now, it's easy to say, just go out and build a website. There's a lot more to it than that. One thing I would highly recommend is go out and look at your competitors' sites, see what they're doing, see who has really good performing sites, and try and model your site after that. Now, there's a lot of planning involved, a lot of things you need to think through, site mapping, a lot of stuff like that. And I would encourage you, complexity is not the goal here. You might go to a big company's website and it's very complex, the structure is very deep, and I would say that's honestly the opposite of the goal here. We don't want it to be complicated, we don't want it to be complex. We want a user to come to our website and know exactly how to get to what they're looking for. Depending on your business, a website can be as simple as some information about your business and some contact information. Of course, as a digital marketer, I'm going to recommend you go a little bit further than that. But if that's what works for your business, it's better to have that than to have no digital footprint at all. So now that we have a digital home base, let's talk about how to actually get people to visit it. So on to the next topic is content marketing. No matter what your business does, what industry it's in, or who you're bringing value to, there's no reason you should not be creating original content in 2024. Content marketing continues to grow, and according to this article by Business Wire, the content marketing industry is projected to grow $584 billion between 2023 and 2027. Content marketing is growing and it's not going away anytime soon. Now, putting together a successful content strategy is truly an art, and it requires knowledge of both your industry, your market, what kind of content your customer likes, and where they are consuming it online. For example, a B2B industrial manufacturing company might not want to invest as much of their time on content for TikTok, whereas LinkedIn is probably going to be a good channel for them. And on the flip side, for a direct-to-consumer apparel business for 16 to 25-year-olds, they should be all over TikTok. Now, with that being said, with limited knowledge of their business, that could not be true. That's a very general statement just based on my knowledge of different channels and how they're effective. But without truly knowing the ins and outs of the specific business, you really can't establish a content strategy unless you have that knowledge. You could be a B2B industrial manufacturing company that drives sales through TikTok, or you could be an apparel brand for young professionals that really hit home with LinkedIn. It really all depends on your specific business and where your audience consumes content online. While that example just covers social media, content marketing also covers any content for your website that can be in the forms of blogs, articles, product pages, etc. And then also email marketing. So it's very important for the content within an email to be highly effective to convert those email opens to actual conversions and sales. Now, to take content marketing even a step further, it's one thing to know exactly where your audience is online. It's another thing to know how to create content that performs well in those spaces. For example, if you realize that your audience is on LinkedIn, do you know that on LinkedIn, carousels are performing really well right now? And that to create a carousel, you actually have to have your photos as PDF files to post them correctly in the carousel format. So there's a lot of those intricacies that it's important to understand if you're going to create content and you want your time to be worth what you're putting in. Or for email marketing, the importance of the subject line and preview text. Or for YouTube, the importance of the thumbnail and the first 3 seconds to hook the viewer. In this video, I'm going to show you how I would build a digital marketing strategy if I was starting from zero. Or for content on your website to have a clear CTA or call to action to drive viewers to what you actually want them to see. All these things are super important, and it just takes time to develop an understanding of what's working right now and how to actually drive users from your content to what you actually want them to see or sell or communicate to them. Now, with all that being said, the one thing that is true no matter what content you're producing, where you're distributing it, is that no matter what it is, your content has to provide value to the viewer. If your content does not provide any value in the form of information, entertainment, no matter what the form of value is, if you're not providing value, the content will not perform. All right, that's all we're going to cover for content marketing in this video. We're going to move on to SEO strategies next. But real quick, if you guys are getting any value out of this video right now, be sure to subscribe and let me know in the comments. I post videos weekly about digital marketing and AI and productivity, so please let me know what kind of videos you want to see in the future. All right, on to SEO. So SEO, or search engine optimization, is huge for a digital marketing strategy. It can have a lot of different meanings and become very technical depending on who you're talking to, but essentially SEO is just getting your stuff to rank higher in search engines or on SERPs, which is a search engine results page. And the goal of SEO is to get your stuff to rank higher for keywords that you believe searchers or potential customers are searching for. So for example, if you're a bike shop in Kansas City and somebody types in bike shops in Kansas City, you want your business to show up at the top of the results page so that they click on your business and choose your business to buy a bicycle from. While this sounds like an overly simple idea, there actually is a lot of complexity that goes into it to get your stuff to rank high. So as we move forward in 2024, it's actually going to get even more complicated with AI, but we're going to jump into it here and talk a little bit about the main things you'll need to know to get started in SEO. So first things first, you can split SEO into a few categories. The 3 main categories are on-page SEO, off-page SEO, and technical SEO. Now, within those 3 categories, there's even more stuff you can split it up into. But again, this video is a high level, so we're just going to talk about these 3 categories and then move forward from there. So first things first, there's on-page SEO. On-page SEO is anything you do on your website to improve your SEO. This can be anything from creating content, meta descriptions, image optimization, and so much more. Next, there's off-page SEO. Off-page SEO, just as it sounds, is anything you do off of your website to improve your ranking, such as building backlinks, building a social media presence, outreach, PR. Then finally, there's technical SEO, which refers to anything you do technical that can improve your ranking, such as improving site speeds, making your site mobile friendly, improving crawlability and indexability, and so much more. Now with SEO, just like any other piece of this digital marketing strategy, there's going to be things that are more specified to your business. But for the most part, there's a lot of best practices that anybody that's trying to establish a digital footprint online should practice when it comes to SEO. So one of the biggest SEO distinctions is for local businesses using Google Business Profile, formerly known as Google My Business. For local businesses, having your Google Business Profile rank high is huge in improving your SEO. How often do you pull out your phone and search food near me and click on one of the top 3, 4, 5 results that come up and going to that restaurant to eat? These are Google Business Profiles, and if you can get this to rank high for your local area, it is a huge win for your SEO and overall digital marketing strategy. The topic of improving a Google Business Profile is a whole nother video on its own, maybe even a whole nother video series, so I'm not going to cover that in this video, but we'll cover that in the future. So moving forward with the topic of SEO, as I mentioned, AI is making things more complicated in 2024. Some of the largest search engines like Google and Bing are beginning to use AI in their search engines to improve results. So it's important to understand that a search engine's goal, Google, Bing, etc., these search engines, their main goal is to provide the searcher with the best and most accurate answer to whatever their search is. So if your article answers a search question the best according to Google, they're going to show that to the searcher over articles that don't answer it as well. Now, where AI comes into this is that for a lot of basic, simple searches, AI is probably going to be able to answer these better, clearer, and more accurately than a lot of blog articles or product pages will moving forward. Just something to keep in mind that moving forward, AI is going to impact SEO quite a bit, and that's definitely something I'm going to be covering on this channel a lot. So if you are interested in that, make sure to subscribe and stay tuned in the future for more videos regarding AI's impact on SEO. Another unique impact that AI has been having on SEO is that, with these chatbots such as ChatGPT, it's become easier to churn out content, especially like blog content. And what's happened is over the past year in 2023, a lot of people have been doing this, and a lot of people have been cramming their websites with AI generated content, and it's had sort of a watering down effect on certain industries and their search results pages. So a way you could potentially benefit from this is by producing high quality, deep written content that is most likely going to outrank all of this kind of watered down AI generated content that doesn't quite answer the specific questions and establish and communicate the human experience that you've had with the topic you're writing about that AI is producing in their articles. So with that being said, let's go ahead and transition into the final section I want to talk about, which is AI and digital marketing. So just about everyone's aware that AI continues to grow. And in the year 2023, we really saw this take off with OpenAI and ChatGPT leading the way. AI has really taken over, and there's a lot of stuff that I believe if you do not begin leveraging AI in your business, you're likely going to start to fall behind in the year 2024 and beyond. So let's talk about a few different ways I believe you can leverage AI in your digital marketing strategy to really save time, energy, and money. So I believe a great place to start dabbling in AI is to start using ChatGPT. I highly recommend paying for the $20 a month version of ChatGPT 4. It's much more powerful than ChatGPT 3.5, and it allows you to use different plugins. So I highly recommend 4, but if you don't have the budget for that, ChatGPT 3.5, the free version is excellent, and I highly recommend just dabbling in it and getting started using it. A great way to use ChatGPT is for idea generation. So it's a great way to just bounce ideas off of someone else without actually having to have somebody else there with you. And I highly recommend doing this. It's amazing now that, if you're trying to come up with different taglines, preview text, subject lines for emails, ad copy, no matter what it is, you can ask ChatGPT, hey, give me 50 different ideas for this. It'll pop those out. And if you don't like what they came up with, you can ask it to change a few pieces and it will give you 50 more. So it's a super powerful tool in that aspect to be able to save a bunch of time coming up with creative ideas. With that being said, I highly recommend putting your own spin on things. Your unique voice is always going to be more creative, more engaging than anything that AI comes up with. But it's a great tool to get the ball rolling, get things started, and really use it in that way. Another way I recommend using ChatGPT is to outline content. So for example, I use ChatGPT to outline blog articles, videos just like this one, and different pieces of content in that form. So it's huge for that. I do recommend stopping at the outline stage. You can go into ChatGPT and you can have it create an outline for a video, and then you can have it write the entire script for the video as well. Now, of course, you could do this and then change it up yourself, but I do think there's still value in a human written script that really is written in the way you talk. I think there's a lot of benefit to that. So just something to keep in mind. But ChatGPT is a very powerful tool. I highly recommend at least dabbling in it, getting to understand how it works, and seeing how you can make it work for you, your strategy, and your business. Now, obviously, I've talked a lot about ChatGPT, but of course, there's plenty of other AI tools out there. For example, some chatbots outside of ChatGPT that I recommend. Google's Bard is very powerful. Microsoft Bing AI and Anthropic's Claude are all very powerful AI chatbots. Outside of chatbots, there's also a ton of AI tools specific for digital marketing and content creation. Just to name a few of the big ones that I've used before that I find to be pretty useful. Jasper AI for copywriting, Surfer SEO for SEO content writing, Zapier for automated tasks, Grammarly for content editing and proofreading, Pictory for video production, DALL-E or Midjourney for image generation, and there's so much more. That's just the tip of the iceberg, but I highly recommend beginning to use a few of these different tools. That way, as more and more tools come out, you'll be able to identify and weed through which ones aren't worth your time and which ones are actually worth getting to learn and use, because these tools will be the future, and if you get to know how to use them now, it's going to pay off in the long run. Also, outside of these tools, huge players in the tech space that we already know and love and that we use every day, for example, Microsoft, Meta, all these different companies, they're beginning to implement AI in their softwares now. So in the CRM space, Salesforce, HubSpot, they're implementing AI into their tools. Microsoft is implementing AI into their tools. So just this past November, Microsoft began rolling out Copilot, their AI tool, into their 365 applications, such as Outlook, Excel, and PowerPoint. So if you use these already, which I'm sure many of you do, Just know that soon Copilot will be able to be used if you're not using it already. And it's just another way AI is slowly moving into all of the software and tech products we know and love today. So again, more and more of these AI tools are going to start popping up, and it's going to become more ingrained into our daily tasks and daily operations and workflows. So I highly recommend you start dabbling in it if you haven't already, and continue to look at new platforms as they come out and try and think through how they could impact your digital marketing strategy. So that's all I got for you guys today. As I mentioned, this is just a super high level overview of how I would recommend structuring a digital marketing strategy starting from zero. The highlights we'll go over one more time real quick. Number one, create that digital home base, whether it's a website or a social media platform page, a YouTube page. It's important to establish that. Get into content marketing. Content marketing is huge and it can be free for distribution. I highly recommend you do that. SEO is huge. You want to make sure your business is showing up at the top of results, or at least as close to the top as you can get while you're just starting out. And then lastly, AI. AI is the future. It's going to keep coming. I highly recommend you start using AI as well. Of course, there's a ton we didn't cover in this video as it was just a high-level overview. In the future, we're going to be making more videos that will go more in depth on a lot of these specific topics. So if there are topics you want to hear more about, be sure to let me know in the comments and I'll make sure to put those on my list of content ideas to get some videos going for you guys there. So again, be sure to subscribe. I appreciate you guys. Have a good rest of your day.